What's up, guys? Want to talk today about a subject that's been argued over the years a lot, and I think now it's not as controversial as it used to be, and that's the gi versus the no gi philosophy, and should MMA fighters roll in a gi? Used to, if you talked about that, you kind of bashed the gi. It was hated on in the jiu-jitsu community. But now in today's era, it's more of a no-gi era. There's a lot more no-gi guys like Gordon Ryan, Craig Jones. These guys that have big names, the bigger name guys are starting to be the no-gi guys versus the gi guys. I don't think, guys, I'll be honest with you, as an MMA fighter, you don't need to roll in a gi. I don't see any need for it. I have multiple submission wins in the UFC. I've rolled gi basically a year of my entire jiu-jitsu training, and I've been training jiu-jitsu for at least 15, 16 years now, and I rolled gi 1 year of that, and I hated it. It was miserable. I felt like it was a waste of time. It was just a bunch of, and obviously whatever gym you're at does matter, because if you're at a gym with a bunch of young guys that can scramble, can move, or someone that's been doing jiu-jitsu their whole life and they can keep a fast pace in the gi, then it can be decent work. But oftentimes it's the older guys that come in, and I get it. They're just jiu-jitsu guys, and they're not trying to get hurt. They want to go slow. They want to work technical, and that's not going to really help an MMA fighter if you're talking about scrambling and the ability to, get on top, get up quick, get underhooks, come back up to your feet. Just a lot of scrambling, a lot of wrestling. A lot of these gi guys will sit there, lay in half guard the whole round. They'll stall out, they'll hold you. They're not really trying to work and push volume and do a bunch of attacks. They just want to flow. So, I get it, but for the fighter, that's not really beneficial, I'll be honest. The time you're learning these different gi techniques, you could be learning no-gi and wrestling and perfecting your game better that way. I would say if you've been rolling gi your whole life since you were a kid, then absolutely it's very beneficial. When I was coming up, if I already knew the moves, if I already knew all the gi techniques or a lot of gi techniques, I would have rolled the gi more. But I don't have time to be learning a collar choke when I need to learn a real choke that will work with no gi, right? So I would say if you've been rolling gi your whole life, I'm sure it has been very beneficial to you, and it's helped you with your grip strength, your grip conditioning, a lot of different areas it's probably helped you in. But if you're starting later and you're trying to be an MMA fighter, I would say you're wasting your time, and you need to focus more on the wrestling and the no-gi than you do judo or jiu-jitsu in the gi, because neither one of them are going to translate to MMA. So I would say focus a lot on no-gi and focus a lot on wrestling. Wrestling more, I've talked about that in previous videos, wrestling more than even jiu-jitsu in general if you're trying to do MMA. But guys, I wouldn't waste my time in the gi unless you've been doing it for a long time and you already know the techniques. And then that's when I would say it's beneficial, because there tends to be sometimes good people that roll gi. They just tend to be a little older, so they can't go at that fast pace. But if you're experienced in the gi already, then it can be beneficial, because you're playing a high level chess game with maybe an older black belt that knows this stuff, but really good technically, but can't keep up with the pace, so he has to go a little slower in the gi. If you know the moves, it's good, but if not, then it's very pointless in my opinion. Just my thoughts. Like I said, this was a controversial subject, but now it's kind of, to me, it's obvious. But there's the jiu-jitsu gi purist out there that will hate on that. But just my opinion, guys. Let me know any other subjects you'd like me to talk about, or anything any questions you have. Just leave comments below, and I'll see if I can make a video about them. If you're new to martial arts, looking for a book, or looking for a guide to finding a gym, get my book, The Ultimate Guide to Choosing Your Martial Arts School and Instructor. It's in the link is in the description below. It's a small book, very affordable, $4.99 on Amazon. Thank you.